Being the drummer of a rock band, I'm usually pretty used to seeing an audience who's screaming and shouting and cheering. For a change, I'm really glad to see such a sober audience. Okay, my mom used to always tell me, no matter what life puts you through, always remember two things. Smile, be calm. I would like to add one more thing. Smile, be calm, and always learn from the situation. My teacher once told me that the best lesson that can ever be learned is to never ever stop learning. I believe if I say this line, that learning is a continuous process, I'm sure each one of you will agree. But still, if you think deeply, very few of us actually strive to learn every day. When I talk about learning, the first thing that will come to your mind is a college, a classroom, a teacher, a degree. If I talk about learning to an artist, learning for him would be learning different brush strokes, techniques, different styles, different art forms. Of course, that is learning, but one question that I faced in an interview changed my whole perception about learning. Has drumming ever helped you in life other than on stage? I broke the 30-second silence by saying that I didn't think about it that much. The moment passed, but the thought remained with me. I thought that how can it be possible when I'm so passionate about the drums, when I have such a strong bond with the drums, how can it be limited only to stage? One fine day when I was just playing, I was practicing, I stopped, and there was a subtle realization wherein I felt that the drums has taught me so much, but I have never learned it in its absolute way. The first thing that the drums has taught me is rhythm. The instrument is all about rhythm. If you actually see, our whole existence is nothing but a rhythmic way. It is nothing but something that's in rhythm. We breathe in rhythm. You keep your hand on your heart beats in a rhythm. You walk in a certain rhythm. You're standing on a platform, the train passes by, it's a certain rhythm that you hear. I realize that when everything around us and within us is in rhythm, why don't we use this? Why don't we put rhythm in the work that we do? Why don't we have rhythm? Imagine listening to a song, and after 5 seconds, suddenly someone drops the tempo. After 5 seconds, suddenly the tempo is doubled. Suddenly it's reduced. We won't have the listening experience as well, right? Imagine you're listening to your favorite song, and suddenly the song is stopped. It's a jerky experience, isn't it? Imagine what happens to the work that we do when we start it with such an enthusiasm, but then we increase the tempo, decrease the tempo, increase, decrease. And many a times we stop it before we reach the goal. Is the rhythm lost? Is the song stopped? There are many students out here. If you decide to learn 2 hours a day, 2 hours maths, make sure that it is done in a certain rhythm. If you decide 2 hours any time during the day is fine, you are leaving scope for the rhythm, for the tempo to increase, decrease, or probably stop. So if it's 2 hours, make sure that it's 5 to 7 in the morning. And every day, let the rhythm be consistent. And trust me, when things matter to you, when things are in line with your goal, and if it's done in rhythm, the end is absolutely beautiful. The second thing that I learned was this concept called rest. Now, rest is an interesting concept. If I clap on a certain count, let me say a count of 4, and if I clap on 4, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I give a rest on 3, it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me do it a little faster. First I'll do it without the rest, then with rest. Let me see what you observe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now with the rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Hasn't the rhythm changed? Hasn't the feel changed? Now the 4 counts are nothing but our 24 hours. The claps are nothing but the activities that we do. Look about all the activities that you do through the day. I'm sure you'll find few of them which are not in line with your goal, which are not that important. When you find those, give them rest. When things that don't matter are given rest, things that matter automatically come up. And when that happens, trust me, on the whole picture, it becomes a lot more beneficial. You'll be much closer to your goal. The drums has actually taught me so many things: coordination, feel, dynamics, tune. But I always learned it in a very bounded way. Only techniques, only playing. But from that moment onwards, I made it boundless. I learned it in a boundless way. I was thinking about this boundless learning in everything. And I believe in one thing: when your thoughts are strong enough, you attract similar frequencies. You attract similar thoughts. You attract similar people with same frequencies. And in this phase, I just met this very interesting person. I was walking on the road here in Pune itself. I was walking and the road was really maintained, very neat and clean. I was just admiring that road while I met the sweeper at the end of the road. He was dressed very neatly, very clean look. He was smiling and he was sweeping. I went up to him. I appreciated his work. He looked at me, he smiled, and he said, "Thank you, sir." After a little conversation, he told me that this was not how it was always. His life was pretty miserable. He used to never speak without abusing. He used to never utter a word without abusing. He used to always have fights with his family, kids, neighbors. Life was a mess. Then he told me that one fine day, after working, after cleaning, he went, while walking home, he told himself that if I can clean the streets outside, why can't I clean my speech? Why can't I clean my behavior? Why can't I clean my habits? He said after that small realization, his life changed 180 degrees. He was happier. There was peace around him. He had prospered after that. And after that, he told me that this is not just a job. It is something that teaches him. And that teaching has helped him a lot. That teaching has changed his life. After that, I realized that it's not only our hobbies and passion that teaches us, but even our job. We spend 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day working. But have we actually learned anything from what we do? Even the job that we do can really teach us in a boundless way. Many times, we don't consider things significant, small and insignificant things. So the other day, I was just at my place. I saw this one pencil. I picked up the pencil, and I thought to myself, this is probably a very important tool for a sketching artist. What did you teach him in a boundless way? Is there something that you teach him? Of course, the question was not answered that day. The pencil cannot talk. But I left the pencil. The day passed. And the next day, I received a book I had ordered. The book was Paulo Coelho's Like a Flowing River. I happily opened the book. And the first page that I opened happened to be the story of a pencil. I happily read through the whole story. And that story just told me 5 qualities that we all should learn from pencil. Why we should live like a pencil. The first quality. An artist always holds the pencil and draws according to his will. We all out here are capable of doing great things. But always believe that there's a guiding hand behind us. You may call it God, you may call an energy force or whatever, but always believe that and have faith in the hand that guides us. The second quality is that now and then we have to stop writing and we need to sharpen the pencil. Now, the pencil has to go through a little pain, but it comes out a lot sharper. It just taught me one simple thing, that we all have to go through troubled times. But trust me, the troubles are here to make you better. You'll come out of it a much better person. The third quality, the pencil always allows us to use an eraser. That shows that it's not bad to make mistakes in life. You know, we all carry erasers with us. Try, take risks, make mistakes, but the most important thing is learn from the mistakes. Don't get scared to make mistakes, but learn from it. The fourth quality, the wooden exterior is not as important as the lead inside or the graphite inside. That's why always be careful of what lies within you, your thoughts, your intentions. It's very important. It holds importance much more than what lies outside. The fifth quality is that no matter what, the pencil always leaves a mark. Even we, when in whatever little things we do, we leave a mark. Be conscious of this fact and make sure that the mark you leave is for the greater good. I was stunned after reading this whole story. It was like as though God was giving me a sign that learn from everything that I've given you and learn from everything that I've surrounded you with. Be it your hobby, be it your passion, be it your job, or be it mere tools that you use, it is very important to learn from it and learn in a boundless way. Activities are a part of every day, but you can make it worth it by learning from it and adding meaning to it. When you add meaning to it, you stop doing it and you start living it. And when you start living it, there's a certain completeness that comes. And when that completeness comes, it's not something that you'll just feel, but it'll show because you'll grow. Just a small line, just a small thought. Every day before sleeping, ask yourself, have I learned something today in a boundless way? If the answer is no, it's all right. You have another day ahead. You can go ahead and learn things in a boundless way. But make sure that you make every day count and make sure that you learn from everything around you. So always remember, observe, learn in a boundless way, and apply. Shakespeare once said that the world is a huge stage and we are mere puppets. I would like to turn it around a bit and say that the world is an open school and we should be like students who wish to learn in a boundless way. I wish you all the best in all your boundless learning experiences ahead, be it worldly or be it spiritual. Thank you.